And just going a little bit into comic books. I know very rarely we talk about comics, but I'm a comic book. I mean, you see the back here of just diarrhea of comic books.
You're you're into comic books?
No, who would
Wow,
have known?
that would have.
Yeah. Like when you're here and record here, like we don't display all the Funkos and all the trade paperbacks that I have. We don't display them at all. It's like, who wants to know if I'm a nerd? Eh. Anyways, to the surprise of even yours truly, I was surprised. The number one selling comic book of the year so far, I would have sure said it would have been Ultimate Spider-Man. Cause that comic was on fire. That comic was great. It's like a reinvention of the Spider-Man story, but instead of having a young Peter Parker get bitten by the spider, is a Peter almost 40 getting bit by the spider and having kids and wife and kids. So it was like a reinvention of the story. Peter even has a beard like me in the story. He has a beard. So he's already a grown man and he's learning how to be Spider-Man as a grown man. So it's a little different take about it, and I love that comic book. I got it since issue 1. I haven't been buying more recently, but that comic book has been, it's like the best Spider-Man story in recent years, because the main universe Spider-Man is like, anyway. But the number one selling comic book this year is Absolute Batman. Now, Absolute Batman, for those of you who don't know, there's a separate universe. Like DC was like, okay, let me copy that example. Just looked at Marvel and was like, oh, you got an ultimate universe? Let me do an alternate universe. We can't call it ultimate because that would be like very on the nose. So let's call absolute universe. Okay, so the absolute universe is like Darkseid created a separate pocket universe where the main anchor, because in DC the main anchor of the universe is Superman. He's like the end all be all. But in this pocket universe, the anchor being of this universe is Batman, and this is not your traditional Batman. This is like a 7'4", 380-pound version of Batman. So he's like Bane on even more steroids. Just full of spikes everywhere.